Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love you, baby.
I love you too. Who is that texting you?
Nobody, baby. Don't worry about it.
Nobody. It says Tina. Who the fuck is Tina? Who the fuck is Tina?
Bitch, you know what? Get your shit and get out.
You know what? I love you, babe, but maybe we should take a break.
A break? Maybe you should kiss my ass.
Sound familiar? You in a relationship and this shit ain't working. It's time for the truth. This is the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams.
The Zoe what? What are we doing here? Okay, I can hear myself. The Voice of Reason is back in the building. I couldn't hear myself.
Hey, I can hear you.
I thought I was at the other studio.
What the?
State-of-the-art equipment. It isn't at this level. Jeez. The Voice of Reason on Hot Button Radio is back in the building. I keep trying to tell you the only way to listen to this show live is download the app. Why do I say this at the beginning of every show?
So you can listen, duh.
Because we got cats who bootleg the show.
Shut up.
They do. Upload it to YouTube.
No, for sure.
How do you do that?
Right?
It's dope, though.
So they listening. So I'm saying if you want to hear
comment
this,
and shit, they be talking all kind of shit.
I'm about to look on that shit right now.
Right.
Do me a favor. One of our veteran engineers are back in the building. Engineer, can you cut off their mics?
No.
Just to try to contain them as I set up the show. You know, go back to your selfies and Twitter.
Good, this is my Twitter time.
Today's topic, you know we like to do crazy topics. And I like to piss people off a little bit, just to make them think. You know, today's topic is a doozy, man. I don't know how the ladies are going to deal with this. I want you to get to your phone lines real quick. 844-55-1, 844-55-1. I want to hear from ladies today. I want you guys to participate in today's conversation. Oh, it's a doozy. The not-so-secret coven of commiseration. How can too much female-on-female advice lead to the single life? God damn.
Shit.
Fuck. My homeboy, Jeff Brown, comedian, came up with an amazing analogy. He said most women are following the 3 M's when it comes to relationship advice. That's advice from manless friends, mamas, and the media. This is where you guys are getting your relationship advice from. The 3 M's running the triangle offense of futility. Relationship futility. I got questions. But before I get to my questions, let me introduce my crack team. And I mean that good crack. You know, that Nino
Spencer
Brown
shit.
crack team.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me introduce Red Panda, a.k.a. Ashonti Ford.
Hey, guys. How's it going? Definitely looking forward to getting into this women's ego topic.
Ooh. Shit.
Right.
You guys like bad advice.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yet to be determined.
Commiserate on some bullshit. Anyway, Whitney Taber, wild child, wildflower, no rules, everything is out of bounds. What's up, Whit?
Hey, guys. Happy Woman Crush Wednesday. Make sure you hashtag Whitney, Miss Taber, whatever you want. I already know I'm your Woman Crush Wednesday, so you might as well.
Right.
Especially when I can see your ass crack on that yellow bikini you was wearing. I was like, you know what? I'm going to slide up in Whitney.
I damn near wanted to slide up into.
Oh, Ashanti.
I know.
I will fall asleep in
I
this
can't
month.
get drunk with Ashanti because she going to get me.
You like it.
Oh, my gosh. I think we keep forgetting that it's Wednesday and not Freaky Friday. But
And
hey,
then anytime Friday comes, we're not freaky.
it's just, we've been hanging out with Zoe.
Okay, you see what's happening?
We've been hanging out with Zoe.
Women
You gotta
talk.
bring the
It's
Hennessy on
meaningless
Friday.
talking. Cut them off. Cut the mics off. Just cut them off. Hi, Veronica Conway. The craziness has subsided. You're back in the building. What's happening, young lady?
Oh, beautiful people. All is well in the neighborhood.
Do you know how fucking crazy this topic is about to be right now? The not-so-secret Coven. You evil bitches. The coven of commiseration. How can too much female on female advice lead to women being single, staying single? Who's taking advice from mean, mad-ass, hurt, resentful mamas? Yikes. Oh, generational curse, heirloom, passing down ass niggas. I'm just saying, who doing that right now? What about manless friends? Always got advice for you. Honey, you should dump that nigga. Wait a minute, you're by yourself.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, you should fly Spirit Airline. Bitch, you dead.
You're dead. Damn it.
Spirit is the cheapest way, though.
Hey.
I'm just saying. Right? What about the media? Nene Leakes, does she seem like a motherfucker you should take relationship advice? Somebody speak on it.
Not with that hair, man.
Jesus, the not so.
She's married, though, so it's like,
What's that mean?
it can mean a lot for somebody that,
Okay,
you
just
know.
do me a favor. Red Panda,
Hot. She's red hot today.
right now. Just
Red hot.
She needs 30 seconds of by herself time. She gets the relationship dunce cap for 30 seconds. Again, today's topic, the not-so-secret coven. I call it a fucking coven, because when women get together, when they start believing on some shit, I don't give a fuck if it's positive, negative, or indifference, they make shit happen in your life. Get on the bad side of a woman. See what the fuck happens. All type of shit happening in your life. Some bullshit. These motherfuckers are emotional Murphy's Law. That's women. What can go wrong will go wrong when these motherfuckers get together and start thinking on your ass. Am I bullshitting, Veronica?
It goes beyond advice. Women actually synchronize, just like we synchronize our menses, our periods. We synchronize our thinking and our ideology. And so if the coven is crazy, then the crazy amplifies. If the coven is positive, then that amplifies too. So to me, it even goes beyond advice. It's synchronicity.
Wow. I've got questions. Is there something to be gained by women of similar unresolved hurts? Right? Is there something to be gained by women of similar unresolved hurts to advise one another? You've been through that shit. I've been through that shit. Let's have some wine, some Moscato, and speak on it. Is there something to be gained from that conversation? Is the law of attraction still in effect here? If so, in what way? How much personal accountability / objective self-introspection is cultivated during these girl talk sessions? Sometimes girl talk ain't positive. Right? I want to know how many women out there are taking advice from really broken down, hurt friends that might even be jealous of your situation.
Yeah.
And will use the gender, like we gender partners. Listen to me. I'm a girl, you're a girl. I understand you better than he does. Leave his big dick ass. Or
So
at
I
least
can hop on it.
Or at least share the dick.
Hey.
You act like your friends don't want your man's dick. But then you run back and commiserate with them. Ugh.
They know everything. Man.
Yeah.
That's
Y'all know.
the good, though.
They know everything about your
dude. That just
dude.
made me like, wait a minute.
Right.
So are girls
Wait,
gaming
gosh,
on
for a
each
minute.
other in the commiseration coven?
That bitch.
She's
I
evil,
knew it.
bitches.
Damn it. And now they're happy as ever. This is a bullshit. She knew everything not to do.
You don't want to talk in the mic now?
I'm loud.
Normally you loud as shit. Get your ass in that mic.
Hello, guys, and I'm back. I'm just like, what the fuck?
I know, right?
Right? Are most female advice covens bastions of man-hating rhetoric? Say I'm lying. You know I ain't fucking lying right now. Huh?
We'll let you finish setting up.
What are the side effects of the unchecked female ego? You know you motherfuckers is crazy as guano. And when y'all get together, it's some super stank on that guano. Tell me I'm bullshit. Who wants to talk about it? 844-55-1. That's the number to dial. I want to hear from women who are fucking... What would be the leader of a fucking female coven?
Keisha Cole.
What would she be called, though? What would be her title?
Yo,
Madam? Mistress? She like the head witch? I don't know.
What's that book?
Ashanti, let's speak on it. Have you been a part of a coven?
Different things.
Yes, you have.
To be honest, and I've said this before, I don't really talk to my quote-unquote girlfriends about my man problems. I usually talk to either my gay uncle or...
Wow.
or one of my aunts.
Cut her mic
which
off.
is married.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he gives great advice, though. He gives great, no bullshit advice.
Crazy.
Or my male cousins. They're good for it, too.
And you don't trust... Men, listen to this. And you don't want to join a coven because why?
I never said I didn't want to join a coven.
Are you a part of a coven?
It's just unnecessary.
Mine is called a squad, man. We're a squad. I'm not a coven. I'm not into that witchcraft shit.
Coven
you guys
sounds
are witches.
dark.
Yes, it is dark.
I don't have no spells or nothing.
Yes, you do.
Mercury is in retrograde, though. Where's Heka at? I need backup.
Right, you're right.
Listen, Heka leads a coven. Don't get it twisted.
I'm joining Heka's, man. She's a real gangster.
Heka's dope. I like her.
She really is she's a coven by herself, nigga. Don't fuck with Heka.
she's good. She's giving her own advice.
I'm just saying, what are some of the what bad advice have you received from your coven?
Man, I remember, girl, look.
There's dudes in here asking questions.
Nigga.
There we go.
That's how the beginning of the coven starts.
Yeah, that's how it starts. I got to get into my zone. One bad advice that I got from one of my main girls, like we've been down forever, and this is like the man I've been in love with. I was like my first love. Me and him were having an issue. She was nose deep. She was CIA type, all up in the shit. I told her, hey, we spoke and we resolved it. And she went ahead and still kept digging and found more and more and more bullshit and was like, leave that nigga, he ain't shit. And finally I was like, but I just told you we are good, but you're still trying to tell me he ain't shit.
On that, I'm trying to protect you. Yeah, you my sister.
So but I didn't know who to believe, right? So he had come up and told me, though, yeah, your girl's been trying to get on me after he found out she was the one who dug up the real dirt. Because after it was, the coven came through clutch because this nigga was a dirty dog.
So... You are a card-carrying member of a coven. Cut her mic off. Just cut her mic off. Jesus, I don't want to hear any more of her evil ways. No more spells from Whitney. Veronica.
Yes.
Speak to me, because Veronica got some real power right here. This is why I call it a coven. Speak to us about the science of women, especially these African women during slavery, who had the power to kill Massa simply by doing what?
By speaking over him. So they used to put these mouth guards, I forget what they call them, but they were these sort of guards on a mouth, on slaves' mouths, because women could invoke through their tongue, they could invoke death and destruction. What? Because they were in touch with African spirituality. And so we had people dropping dead when they came into contact with these women, so much that they had to muzzle them. So
you bitches ain't gonna be chanting in here.
Oh, this is why Zoe tries to mute us, huh?
Cut they fucking mics off,
women,
goddammit.
Women do carry the power of life and death in their tongue. And so, but we've been taken away from that power. In other words, they've given us other stuff to try to, and they turned us away from our own, our natural spirituality, so that we would feel guilt about it. But we have tremendous power. The question is our egoic self elevated enough to actually use the power for good?
In a way, they control the content you get so they can control the spell you cast.
Well, they control the content that we get because understand, and especially for melanated people, that that we are transmitters, we are broadcasters, whatever is residing in our subconscious, we actually project it into reality. And so if you fill our heads with a bunch of stuff that is someone else's agenda, then you can control how reality gets created. It's one of the most powerful, most insidious tricks that was ever played on humanity.
We definitely want to hear from the ladies, okay? So get to your phone lines, 844-55-1. We need to hear from the ladies.
Wow.
Because Zoe's in here throwing shade at us.
I'm throwing shade.
Like we're
Veronica
witches,
just
witchy
validated
witch.
your inner witch.
It's not a witch. Veronica just said that we're the most powerful motherfuckers in the world.
Right.
Which I agree.
Zoe heard some other
That's
shit.
what I heard. That's what I heard.
Where's the slave muzzle when you need it? Tracy from Pennsylvania, you're on the phone right now. Holler at us.
Hey, how you guys doing?
See, she
Tracy.
sound evil. Did you hear that?
Oh, my God. Tracy,
She
we got your
sounds
back,
sweet.
girl. Don't worry about Zoe.
I'm just
I already
kidding.
put a
Don't
spell
worry
on
about
him.
him.
Yeah.
What's up, babe? Talk to us.
Well, I kind of agree with her. And as far as like being in a coven, I never agreed with being in any kind of part of a whole bunch of women and talking a lot and discussing, you know, like private things like that, like what's going on with my man or whatever, unless I actually trusted that person. I think when it comes to especially black women, we're such backbiters, you know, sometimes, and, you know, we're like crabs in a barrel. We're all, you know, trying to pull each other down. You know, I find it, from my own personal experience, that black women are some of the women, the most women that I found in my life that I've had a hard time having a relationship with.
Wow.
You know, for one reason or another, from the fact of, you know, the color of my skin. You know, so, you know, it's been crazy for me. I don't have a lot of girlfriends, and I don't have a problem with that. But I know how to be a friend.
So women.
So
I'm just listening to what you're saying, Tracy. This is very good. I want you to stay on because I want you to say more. Gather more of these thoughts because you're teaching us all what it really means to be crazy. But we want to hear more, right? Okay. She's saying women, in a way, form these covens.
She didn't say anything like that.
This is how I'm contextualizing it. Cut Red Panda. She's gone. Thank you for the rest of the evening. She's on punishment. So let me say it. Women, in a way, form covens comprised of cannibals. Because they backbiting each other, as she said, but yet commiserating and advising each other. Say more, Tracy. Let me do my shit. Now bring fucking Red Panda, this wild ass Asian baby panda cousin, back in. Now finish, Tracy.
So what I'm saying is, I think that what needs to happen with women wanting to give advice, first of all, I believe that you have to be coming from a good place of concern. You have to genuinely care about that person to even speak. Because it says in the Bible to mind your own business, first of all.
Take your advice and go home.
Well, then I ain't going to help you when you get your beat ass whooped by your boy.
Revelation chapter 99, verse 99. Take your punk ass home. Say more, Tracy.
So, you know, you got to be careful of what comes out of your mouth because, you know, your mouth can be a deadly sword. And you just have to be cognizant, too, of that person. Are they able to handle the advice that you're trying to give them? Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And is that person going to believe that you're possibly coming from a bad place? Forget you worrying about someone else coming from a bad place, but what about how that mirror is going to reflect back on you? That's why I say you have to be genuinely caring about that person and mean well for them to give that type of advice. Me, I try not to give no advice. I mean, if you keep bugging me and asking me what do I think, eventually I might tell you my opinion, but that's what it is. It's just an opinion. Because you're going to do what you want to do at the end of the day.
This is good. Tracy, let me ask you this. Would you say, in general, that African-American women, or women overall, in general, all races, don't really trust each other?
Oh, yeah.
Say more.
Yeah, and In this society, oh my God, yes, it's horrible. I'll give you a test for the women on the show. Have you ever walked down the street and you saw another woman and just smiled at her? Did she smile back at you?
Maybe like 40%.
How many times have you walked down the street and smiled at another woman and she looked at you with a weird look or
looked you up and down?
Look
at this
bitch.
Looked you up and down or didn't smile back?
It's common, especially if she's with her man. It's pretty common.
So how has feminism stayed together with your internal competitive nature towards each other? You fucking barracudas. But I mean, how has...
Well, first of all, you have to go out here with the confidence of not even being in the game. I don't compete.
Thank you, nigga. If you don't compete, you don't got to worry about it.
Right.
I smile at every bitch I see with her and her man there because I don't need to compete with any of you.
That's because you're cute with purple hair.
Well, before
when you see a motherfucker who can rob a bank with a baby picture, she's like, this cute bitch here.
Right.
This fucking
but
doll.
See, that's not your fault. That's not your fault.
Shout out to moms.
So you don't internalize that. And I don't. And it's nothing to have to do with, anything other than the fact that I thank God that I am an individual and I love myself and I love other people. And I just, have every good intention to be positive in life and to have that come across in meeting people. So, no, I just don't think
Tracy,
that you should treat each other like that.
Let me just say I really appreciate you for calling in. Thank you so much for bringing Pennsylvania into the building. You were a great caller. Please continue to call. We want to hear from ladies.
Tweet us.
844-55-1 is the number to dial. 844-55-1. Please call us right now with your story. Are you in a coven, right, of women who are running the triangle offense?
But
hurt mamas, manless friends, and media is the core source of your relationship advice. Is that what you're doing? Somebody call us right now. 844-55-1. That's the number to dial. We have at Resident Antihero, you know him as Ronan Martin. He says, these covens are but bastions of back-assward alchemy, short bus sisterhood, intuition with antagonism to the nth degree. In other words, you motherfuckers ain't shit. 844-55-1. Can we get some ain't shit motherfuckers to call in and tell us about their experiences?
Literally, though. But my thing is, okay, he went in on how me getting advice from a friend has turned into I'm some sort of witch.
See, look at you.
Hazel ass, having ass chick. Like, that's
you
weird.
You are using your magic right now. He didn't say Whitney.
No, I know he ain't talking. That's my nigga. Like, I'm just kidding. I don't even know. But I'm saying.
I'm about to cast a spell on this nigga right now.
But I am with you guys stick together. Bros before hoes, right? Well.
That's a pimp philosophy.
I'm a pimp. So all I'm saying is, why is he hating on her so hard, though? Like, I can't get advice from my fellow homegirl because she ain't got no. I'm not going to listen. If she gives me stupid advice, I'm not going to listen to it. If you have a brain, use your own damn brain and then pick and choose the right advice.
Veronica, do women scrutinize other women who are trying to give them advice? I'm going to give that to all of you girls, but let's go with Veronica first.
You mean, do they scrutinize the source of the advice?
Yeah, like, do they really, let me vet this sister out? Or do they just take it because it feels good? It's camaraderie. Speak on it. I mean, because women can kiss each other in the club as soon as they meet.
There can be a whole element of it that's soothing. In other words, I call it soothing behaviors when people reach for things that may not be in their highest and best interest because of their fear and the desire to be comforted in wherever they are. And I think that there's a difference between that and reaching for advice that you actually really need.
Yep.
Right? And so, yes, we have to consider the source of that advice. I think, yeah.
Whitney?
I've got a story.
Don't fart. Jesus.
Look, I have a story. Well, and honestly, I'm dealing with one of my close friends, and I'm not trying to get. She's basically coming to me asking for advice, and I'm if you really don't ask me, because I'm going to tell you exactly what I see and exactly how I feel about the situation. She got mad at me because she didn't hear what she wanted to hear, and is now on like this wrath, like she don't want to fuck with anybody now, and I just need you to listen sometimes. Well, then don't ask me advice. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like that to me is, I don't know.
Good stuff. Ashonti?
Well, first I just want to say, who's to say that a single woman can't give good advice? I'm a single woman. My friends come to me often. I think I can be unbiased.
When you're not crazy?
No, just because I'm not
we know
getting
you.
regularly dick down doesn't mean I can't give good advice.
Word.
Oh, so your advice comes from the memory of good dick.
Well,
that makes sense.
Well,
yes.
and sometimes bitches who get good dick are crazier than
That's what I'm
regular bitches,
saying.
man, because they're just like dick on the brain. Dick on the brain. It's a real term.
Listen.
Look it out.
Let me just say this to all of you guano producers.
Dick on the brain.
We just heard Tracy come in here and tell us the truth here. If women can't trust women, why should they have the expectation that men should?
Well, who should?
That doesn't even, can we really think about that? That doesn't even make any sense.
It does. If y'all motherfuckers don't like each other, how do you expect us to like you?
I don't think any one woman can say, I don't like the entire woman race.
Tracy just said you motherfuckers can't be
gives a
trusted.
shit?
Oh, now you don't give a shit.
I'm just saying, like,
See, that's that crazy shit right
What?
there.
Maybe
We're going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to come back and clean up all this bullshit, this guano that just got dropped.
The real.
And we're going to pull it back together. Today's topic, it's a deep one. The coven of commiseration. Bitter, embattled, busted, just dilapidated, angry women giving each other advice. Are they the real reason why 70% of African American women are single? God damn. I'll be back in 2.2 seconds, god damn it. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason is back in the building. Man, somebody's asking me on Twitter, what record is that? That shit is at least 15 years old. John B. Guys remember John B?
Love John B.
Right?
Little goatee.
John B. and a few homies of mine put together a group. The group was called Jack Herrera. And, they were working on getting a deal back in the days. I think they did. They got one from the Edmonds group or something, but the music never came out. 15-something years old. We got the whole album here. The shit is retarded. But, now that I've answered the questions. This guy right here, Ronan Martin, is crazy right now. The phone lines are open, 844-55-1. Today's topic, again, we're talking about the coven of commiseration. Women who are bitter, embattled, hurt, bigging each other up. You know what? Dr. Mark Goulston, who is a co-host on my other show, always makes a great point when he talks about how people who have a shared experience tend to listen to each other. Mm-hmm. Like a person or a group of people who can't relate to an experience that another group of people had, the people that have been traumatized in some way don't really relate to the people that don't understand their plight. And so what happens is they tend to listen to people who have been through what they've been through. Is this a reason why a lot of hurt women get together and commiserate? But in commiserating, are they recycling unhealed hurts? And thus creating a reality or more of a reality that they don't want to experience. I always question or poll African American, well, I do poll them, but this is another kind of poll, right? I always poll them and ask.
I just got it. I literally,
sure,
I'm sorry.
Exactly, right. Right. But I always poll them and I ask them questions like, name your top 3 most recurring ideas about men, about black men in particular. And if you find that more than half or a third of them or whatever is negative, that's the predominant feeling you have about men. And if you're complaining about men and you're not having good male experience or you're not having a great male experience, it could be because your belief system serves or works as a magnet, attracting more of what you're constantly thinking about. I always say whatever the thinker thinks, the prover will prove. And if you poll most African American women and ask, do you believe in the law of attraction? Yes. Okay, well now ask yourself another question. of all the thoughts you have, your top 3, are they positive or negative about black men? And if they're negative, could you then say you're the co-creator of your reality, your existence? 844-55-1. Get your punk asses on the phone. Don't run off now. Veronica, am I right or wrong about this?
Yeah, I want to speak to that and speak to what Dr. Goldstein said, Dr. G. There is, sort of the deeper way the law of attraction works is that everything is either a frequency match or it's a frequency mismatch. And so you can think of frequencies as sort of like radio bands, right? So if I tune into, 800 AM, then I'm going to get whatever is playing on that signal, on that band. And so people are like that too. So people that are of a higher frequency literally will mismatch people at a lower frequency, right? And so people tend to gather up when you see people that you get that are together, that are friends, that are in community. They tend to be of a certain like frequency. That's why you have the experience of resonance around them, right? They resonate with one another. That's a frequency thing. People that are of different frequency bands tend to mismatch or have dissonance.
Say more.
Right? So pain's going to bring pain, or people that are wounded are going to tend to attract those that are wounded. People that have resolved their woundedness are going to tend to attract people that have resolved their woundedness, and so on and so forth. So every bit of human interaction and community is all based around resonance and dissonance. That's how it functions here on the planet.
Wow.
So if women are together and they're commiserating and it's pointing into the negative, it's usually because they have similar experiences, similar ideas, similar stuff.
Well, this guy right here, I think his name is Gifford Thurston.
Wow.
He's not related to Thurston Howell III, but Gifford Thurston on Twitter says, black feminine supremacists are leading the charge to keep black women confused by mixing their good and bad experiences with men. Right. Who agrees or disagrees with that?
I'm just so over let's blame everything horrible about women on white supremacy. What about all the black men who bash black women? Maybe that has something to do with the reason that they're maybe a little pissed off and hurt.
You sound a little pissed off right now. Could you lower your tone? Watch your tone and your delivery. That's all I'm saying.
But I'm saying we sit here and say women don't take accountability, but I'm sorry, black men, you can't sit here and blame the white man all the time.
He said black supremacists, feminist supremacists. He didn't say white supremacists. Okay. He said black feminist supremacists.
Oh, okay.
Well, okay, then he's right.
No,
okay,
I didn't say he was right at all. I'm just saying.
But isn't a feminine just someone that wants equal rights for everyone? When people talk about feminism, they make it seem like they're all pro women and fuck guys.
Bitches.
I don't
why
get
is it
that
called feminism instead of, why couldn't it just be called equality, guys?
Well, because it didn't start out with us. It didn't start out with us being equal.
Well, yeah, right, equal rights. We fight for equality. Why is it called feminism?
Well, I mean,
feminine equality, would that work? Listen, y'all still would turn that into you guys are some evil bitches passing your little signs and whoop-de-whoop if we did female whatever equality.
I'm gonna call the brothers in.
Call them brothers. Call niggas. Call me. 1-844-553-2741.
Y'all know how fucking ravenous my fans are.
Call in.
Do not ask niggas to call in because they will.
They should.
Bring in the Zomethians.
The Zomethians.
The Zomethians, bro. But no, that's my thing is I'm sorry, I'm going to ask my homegirl, yo, what about this? If she says this, I can look at her situation and I can make my own decision off of that. But I'm not going to go to every single lady and be like, yeah, I'm going to listen to you, Becky. That sounds good. No, that sounds fucking dumb because, bitch, you ain't got no nigga either.
Can I really drill down on that?
Drill it down. Zo, go ahead.
How many times have you taken advice from a girlfriend at your lowest point and you knew she was dumb as a basket of rocks But because you were at your lowest point, you took it anyway. Because you wanted to feel something other than the difficult moment.
I mean, I might have let the opinion sit for a second, but I think if you're strong in yourself, if somebody gives you some dumbass advice, you can take the part that might be good and leave the other shit out. You just gotta you don't gotta embody the whole thing, and now you know.
You telling us what you can do, the possibility of what you may do. I'm saying, how many times have you done it? Jesus, non-answering question.
I'm trying to think.
Cut Red Panda.
Honestly, well, like the one major, I guess, coven time that I have had advice that I was like, damn, was when I got married. A lot after my coven, after I got married and quickly divorced, 3 or 4 of them popped out of the woods like, yo, bitch, we were going to tell you that you probably shouldn't have done that. What? Why didn't you? Maybe if my single ass coven would have been like, but see, that's another thing. I'm proving my point. But here's my thing. I'm proving my point, and I'm also proving Zoe's point. That's
why I'm quiet.
Like real life, I was like, damn, I wish you guys would have said something to me because it would have made me think a little bit harder on the decision I was about to make. But knowing myself, I probably would have thought like majority of other women and been like, these bitches is mad because they ain't getting married. Fuck y'all, I'm getting married anyway, which I was 23, definitely would have done that, did it. But definitely wish my coven was there when
it comes to relationship goals, are African-American women's belief systems public enemy number 1? Damn. Oh, yeah, I hate to fuck you over like that, but I will. Over there on that silver couch.
Wow.
Silver couch.
I'm so tired.
Silver couch.
I'm just saying.
Damn.
Look.
That fucked you up, didn't it?
Yeah.
Veronica, step in here and clean this shit up. These motherfuckers are stupefied right now.
Here's what I think. If we were going to really drill down into what's at the root of a lot of this stuff, and I mean, this is going to sound radical, but just bear with me. If you think about what you're saying about the triangle offensive, the 3 M's, what are women really competing for? They're competing for men.
The same niggas,
right? All about women competing for men to have a man of their very own. Like it's her property. And so the media supports that because it says you have to be the finest chick on the block and we're going to sell you a whole bunch of shit so that you can be that fine chick, so that you can have that man, so that you can take him on to your private little box. And if you think about the reasons that sisterhood get eroded, it's because jealousy is something that we have come to tolerate, and it makes us fucking crazy. Jealousy is the thing, and I think a big root of jealousy is I need to have my own little man, and I'm going to go to battle with you about that. That's what I think is a lot of the root of it.
Wow. So you're telling me that single women just love emotional victimhood, circle jerking each other. Is that what it is? They like that shit.
I'm saying that sisterhood is about really being in sisterhood, and one of the things that is a big wedge in that is the competition for men.
Wow.
That's like the number. I feel like that is it. That's all.
And the sisterhood will unravel. The fellowship of the ring, or the fellowship of the cock ring in this case.
I can't.
Right? Will just fucking unravel when a man is in play.
The power of the D.
Yes. Yes, it is a very powerful weapon.
I don't think I've experienced that with my friends, though, honestly. I haven't experienced that. I have, however, experienced trying to get in the middle of a physical altercation with a friend and her man, and she ended up not fucking with me anymore.
Like, we ain't that kind of friend.
Yeah, I mean...
You ain't gonna stop me from getting my face bashed in, bitch.
Right.
That's my dick. What? That's stupid.
That's what I'm saying. And that wasn't any type of, what are you guys calling it? A competition for man? I haven't experienced that.
Wow. How much of that competition Veronica is talking about goes into the advisory advocacy process you guys give each other?
I'm not even gonna lie. I don't. The only thing I do when I give my friends advice is I'm looking out for them, because majority of the time when somebody is that low, I feel like they're so clouded that they're not looking out for themselves. They're on their own. Like my homegirl, she's single mom now, 2 kids. She had, her and her baby daddy were taking care of the kids together, but he ain't shit. I still, because she wanted the help and she wanted the family. Even though he was a horrible partner for my friend, I still promoted, if you want this family, then this is what you should try to do to try to make it work. Even though I wanted to be like, nah, that nigga ain't shit. Fuck him. Da 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 da. That's what I really wanted to do, because that's really what it was. But if you want that family aspect, I guess deal with it, because that's what we have to do as women, is deal with shit.
And then you never know. If you would have came out and said all that, she might have been mad at you. She might have stopped fucking with you over it.
What are you going to do, Zoe?
I mean, I'm really listening to you guys. And you motherfuckers are even confusing to you motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying? Like, listening to the female politics and y'all ego shit. And what would make you give good advice, or advice, period, like the motives and the intentions behind shit. You motherfuckers is crazy. But it is such a sexy crazy.
But my thing is, niggas do the exact same thing. You tell me you guys don't compete for women and probably
Not
tell
with each other.
Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. Throwing the flag.
Let me tell you something. Turn the mic off.
Y'all don't compete for bitches.
No.
Come on
Why
now.
are you guys buying cars and doing
At least be halfway
Listen, and I think it's generational, because from my generation, we had like an unspoken code. Any men out there who know what the code is know what the fuck I'm talking about. If the homie's girl, I know that's his girl, she's been in our crew, she's off limits.
It's not like that.
I'm saying it might be generational. That's a code. Oh, that's the homie's girl. If I see the homie's girl out fucking disrespecting the homie, I go back to the homie. Hey, you might want to check your girl. Shit wasn't right. It was just code shit. Nowadays, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. There's a new kind of nigga out there, new kind of dude, right? All I'm saying is, in general, men operate with a code, a set of rules in general, and it might be generational. Women, on the other hand, the politics, you motherfuckers, let me tell you how y'all work. You can disagree and maybe check me. I could be wrong. But women like to operate in between the standards they date. Let me give you an example. You don't date men, you date ideas. And your ideas are associated or are connected to the expectations you have for the motherfucker. Motherfucker fails to reach the expectation, you got wiggle room in your idea. There's a space there. And wherever there's a space, you fill it with something. Let me give you a perfect example. This girl liked the shit out of me. But because she was in an average-ass relationship with a nigga, she felt obligated to stand on, he ain't really did nothing wrong, so I need to stay with him.
That's just
Let me just say, the first argument, and the first time the nigga said, well, maybe we need time apart. Dick in mouth from other nigga. But then they get back together a couple of days later, and it's, oh, well, I really love him. And
it sounds like you got tooted and booted.
I don't mind it, because I still scored the touchdown.
Stupid.
Thank you. Right? I still scored. So my point is, they find these little cracks in the standards that they claim they stand on in order to do the shit they really want to do. Tell me I'm lying. 844-55-1. KJ from DC, speak on it.
Yo, what's good, Pimp Juice?
I'm good, Pimp Sauce.
Ladies, what's happening? How y'all doing this evening?
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, look, I got a question. This is really more so for Veronica, but I really want the other ladies to chime in. What do you really feel about, like, leadership? Because it seems like the dominant culture kind of has, like, women kind of occupying more of a leadership role. But like the real nature of the universe would really have men occupy more of that role. So it kind of ties into the topic indirectly, but I kind of want to get your all thoughts on that.
That's good shit, pimp. Now cut his ass off for asking his own off-the-topic question. Just cut him off now.
It's a great question. I think that the masculine polarity is naturally, if it's healthy, I've got to qualify it. If the masculine polarity is healthy, then, and not run amok, because part of what we're looking at too on the planet is we're looking at, I'm not going to say masculinity, I'm going to say machismo run amok, right? So all the wars and all the destruction of the planet and all of that stuff is a function of an unhealthy masculine force, okay? So if it's a healthy masculinity, then I think it's fit to lead. I think that men, when I've encountered men that are true alphas, that really are embodying a healthy, divine, masculine principle, women can't help but follow them. They can't help but get wet around them. They can't help but run after them. They can't help but surrender to them. They can't help but do that. The problem is that on the planet, what's defined as the masculine is a distortion. It's not right. So I agree. I think that the divine masculine imperative is leadership, but it must be healthy.
Healthy, that's good shit. Listen, we got to take a quick break, but when I come back, I want the phone lines to blow up. 844-55-1.
Question.
I really want to hear from the listeners. I mean, Twitter already got about 600 tweets.
Well,
so for all you people on Twitter, the phone number to dial is 844-55-1. I want to hear from you right now because I'm really curious, right? We're really going into the female psyche here, y'all. Ego, your ephemerality, changeability, mutability, whatever term irascibility, whatever word you want to use.
Dopeness.
Right. Veronica and KJ said something very powerful here. Leadership. Men are in the position of directing the creative energy of women. But if it's not directed, you motherfuckers can and do create a gang of bullshit. I'm just saying. Who agrees or disagrees with that? 844-55-1. That's the number to dial. Old bullshit creating ass niggas. We'll be back in 2.2 seconds. How?
And we're back in the Dash Studios. Zoe Williams, voice of reason, discussing the female ego. Yuck. Commiseration, teens. Is it better to keep your opinion of your friend's man to yourself, even if she asks? Do you actually check the facts of an advisor? Example, a woman in a relationship asking a woman that's single for advice. Call in. Let us know.
That number is 1-844-553-2741, guys.
You know what's crazy? I asked the same kind of question to men. Mm-hmm. Right? Just, we could take this topic and invert it for men. Right? So, I'll be saying, like, look, you see the way that woman is treating this dude that used to be with her, right? Like you riding with her because all shit is good right now. But the way she handles problems, just because y'all good right now does not mean, you understand what I'm saying? Does not mean that she won't handle her problems in the same way she's handling this dude that you're witnessing. So I've heard there's a book out there called Loyalty to Your Soul, written by a married couple, last name Hulnicks. 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 One of the principal themes in that book is it's not the issue that is your issue. It's how you respond to the issue that is your issue. Yeah. And a lot of dudes will watch a woman, handle or problem solve in a particular way. But because they're not currently in that situation, right? They'll be like, oh, that shit'll never happen to me. Now put this back, in context to the topic. You could be taking advice from a sister who's offering you all this good advice and it's articulate, it's elocuted right? But when you look at who she is in a fucked up moment, she's none of this. but you take this information because it feels good in the moment. 844-55-1. Commiseration with fucking lunatics. Fucking every 28 days, moon cycle demons. Oh yeah, I don't give a fuck right now. I'm on 37.
Just
this guy right here.
Just taking the topic in though, to speak from personal experience, it's really hard for a young, black, educated, career-driven woman to find someone that has good advice, to find someone that I could say, you know what, I can see myself being her in 20 years.
You describing
yourself? I'm just saying, like, we don't have a lot of good role models.
You forgot to say curvy cakes.
Yeah.
Add those too.
That too.
Yes.
We don't have a lot of people we can ask.
Cakes and ass. And,
you know, and then the women that you may want to ask, older white women, their relationships are different than black relationships.
So you're saying that advice doesn't relate to your experience?
Yeah, I guess you can say that.
Interesting. Wow.
Or I can't relate to her experience.
You can't relate to what? Success?
I'm saying white and black relationships are different.
It's different.
I mean, men and women are generally the same, but the relationships they're different.
I'm about to call in a firecracker. You already know. I'm about to call in a motherfucking Southern M80.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Celebrity psychic medium. I know she's been listening and just motherfucking heated over there.
I need Heka.
Heka activated is in the building. What up, Heka?
Heka. Some old patriarchy ass.
Yeah.
Here she comes.
I love it.
I mean, I'm serious. This shit is ridiculous. I mean, because this is the thing. Men don't date women. They date vaginas.
Damn.
Y'all missing that point. Every day of the week, you're missing it. And if women were as cohesive as men in the way that they spew their bullshit, bitches and hoes language and treat women like shit nonsense at the same time that they're dropping out their erratic-ass sperm, creating these children and forcing them to be in these confused-ass situations, then we would be in a much better place and much better off at helping one another to shut men's simp asses down and forcing them to start respecting us with the spirit of excellence.
Right.
Because you don't do that.
He would have shut our minds off. We need
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a real gangster.
Cut off the niggas in the
Oh,
in the
now you're going to cut us.
Yeah.
I didn't get to say.
Because let me just say, we know what Heka gonna bring, but goddamn it, ain't gonna be no motherfucking cheerleading in this motherfucker. These motherfuckers, this ain't the girls' club, goddamn it. These motherfuckers is like, yes, just boom, bye, Heka.
And I have one more thing to say.
Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am.
I just have one more thing. I'm trying to understand how a man feel like he should be able to lead the mother when the mother gives birth to everything that he lays his eyes upon daily. Did he lead Mother Earth in knowing how to produce the rain? Or did he lead Mother Earth in knowing how to produce the food that he eats? Did he lead Mother Earth in knowing how to determine the time for the sun to rise to give energy to the plants and the cattle and the humans? Did he do that shit? What men need to lead is the ability to maintain their sexual urges and keep their dicks to themselves when they're not willing to be responsible for the consequences that the thrusting of their dicks have caused. That's what they need to lead.
Yes. Amen.
You want to turn their mics on?
We got like all
Slow
kind of
clap.
snaps and claps around this motherfucker. Heck.
Yo.
Hallelujah.
Hashtag Team Heka money.
If there's anybody out there who disagrees with Heka, oh wow.
Come with it.
Tell them to call in and see if I can find a couple fucks to give.
Woo!
Let me check my pocket and see if I can find a couple fucks to give.
Understands me?
That shit.
I don't know how many pockets I got, but I'm gonna check them all to see if any fucks are in them. The fuck? Heka activated.
I love it.
Jesus.
Yo.
Yikes.
Now, y'all talking this shit. Let me tell you something, Zoe.
I thought you said one more thing. Wait a minute.
Followers always talking this bullshit about women. Y'all don't ever want to look at yourselves. Come on now, check yourselves out for a moment.
Hold on now.
Check yourselves out and see what the hell you guys are doing to cause all this stuff that y'all spewing on women. Come on now. Seriously.
Okay, Heka. We have a caller on the line who might want to speak to what you have said. Mike from D.C. Holler at us, Mike.
Hey, what's up, pimp?
What's up, man? What's up?
Oh, what's up, man? I miss y'all, man. I love this topic, man.
Word up.
So I was gonna weigh in. Honestly, I don't really think women really need a coven, or I just think women don't really need to vent with other women. I just think women have like lost the art of like finding a place of authenticity in themselves and finding quality within themselves. Like women have lost the art of inspiring men to do things with articulation. Like I see women, they always campaigning, demanding. They never really like, for instance, like I shouldn't have to know that you're a lady. Like I think, like I see women like Janelle Monáe, Sade, Erykah Badu.
You saying they not trying to be?
They just magnetize that man into that space. Like women have. I just want to ask the ladies, like, why women have lost the art of actually finding themselves in a space of authenticity.
He's saying, but he said something very poignant. Okay. Very poignant, and I think I can frame it for him just a touch if he would allow it. He's simply saying you've lost. He said it. Okay. You lost the ability to inspire him to be better. Veronica, do you agree or disagree? And then I'm coming back.
Can I need to tap in on
this. I mean, listen, I have as much, feelings or thoughts, or have had to recover from plenty of wounding, not plenty of it, but enough of it, from broken men that had dumb agendas for my ass. And I had to learn discernment to deal with it. But I will also say that as I have been in the practice of raising my vibration for more than a decade, I have never, men do not come step at me with this bullshit. Because a woman's nature is to invoke love. That's her nature if she were to embrace it. So it's not a question of blaming either men or women. It's that women, I as a woman, I'll just speak for myself, have taken responsibility spiritually for finding my right vibration that activates men and invokes love in them. And then when you do that, when I've done that, there's been no shortage of love, no shortage of attention, no shortage of marriage proposals, no shortage of anything. Wait,
Veronica, wait a minute.
It's also true that as a woman, you can elevate the game. That's just been my experience.
Veronica, are you telling me that in general, not absolutely, but in general, these covens of commiseration, right? They really don't deserve what they're demanding because they haven't raised their energetic level to inspire the man to give what they think is by right naturally theirs?
That's a way to put it. That is a way to put it.
Oh, hell no. Come on, Veronica. Is it or isn't it?
Well, here's the thing. I've been a part of, I have seen beautiful, I've seen the women around Achama. I've seen women that are around real alpha males, that are around true alphas, tend to be in a lot of sisterhood. They tend to be in a lot of real support of each other. They tend to be in a lot of love with each other. But they're also in a process where they're usually getting their vibration raised a lot. And they don't, and they don't compete for the man. They're not competing for him.
So are you telling me, wait, Veronica,
by definition goes away.
Veronica, are you telling me that the low consciousness of the man seeds the competitive nature in the women they fuck?
Yeah, lame niggas.
Hey.
That and I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this 3M offensive, and it's also the culture is such that it teaches us to be rugged. It's a very Eurocentric culture that we live in. Rugged individualism, the survival of the fittest. I got to get mine. And so I think one of the things that we've lost in our community is the art of community. But I think the community, in a certain way, for the Black community to actually begin to thrive, it's got to begin with the sisters. Because we are the keepers of the law. We are the keeper of community. And so in a certain way, if we all got together and got over our differences and got over all that competitive shit, I think the community could transform just because we decided to.
Wow. Whitney?
I just wanted to touch in on what Mike had said. Mike said something that kind of stuck with me.
You motherfuckers don't know how to inspire.
Mike, I love Mike. Mike is our guy. So Mike said that women shouldn't be going to each other for advice, but yet who are we supposed to go to advice for or to vent to? Anytime we go to a man to try to hype him up or anything to provoke him to be a better person, we're nagging, we're bitching, we're this, that, and the other. So who are we supposed to go to? If I'm not supposed to talk to my girls, and if I try to talk to my man to try to get him on a positive level, I'm a nag and I'm a bitch, and all I want to do is talk his ear off. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Is Mike still on the line?
I don't think Mike is still on the line, but I just
wanted to ask, why is it our responsibility at all to inspire a man?
Okay, cut her goddamn mic.
All right.
Everybody be quiet. No, everybody. God damn it. Everybody be quiet for 10 seconds. Just everybody. Everybody be quiet. That shit just, I don't know what the fuck. I don't even know what to think right now. Why is it even our responsibility to even want to inspire?
Yeah, it's not that we don't want to, but I'm just curious. Like, the idea that men are less likely to be inspired is our fault?
You're going to be lame.
I don't understand that.
And that led you to the question of why?
It's your fault. It's a gift.
I wake up every day and I'm inspiring everybody that I motherfucking see. Please believe it. Just because I am a woman. That's how I feel.
She sound like she trained Jackie Chan right now.
I'm just saying.
Veronica, speak more of the gift of inspiration that comes from women.
It's called the yoni.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've always considered myself, for lack of a better word, a muse. And once I got out of my bullshit relationship with my ex-husband and began to cultivate feminine energy, the nature, when a woman is in a deep, surrendered, loving, receptive state, men naturally want to serve her. They're inspired by her. They want to be better men because of her. Mm-hmm. They get activated because she brings them love. And love is not like the romantic sense of love, love is an energy. Mm-hmm. And it's her role to bring it. That's why she has to be catalyzed into it. Mm-hmm. So it is not a burden to be that. It is the most inspiring, magnificent, exquisite thing I can even describe in my life. It's not a burden because it's not a burden if you're in your right polarity. See, when women are in their wrong polarity, when they're doing everything from a masculine posture, then everything seems like work. Inspiring men seems like work because if it's masculine, then it is work. That's not the lane that she's meant to occupy. When she's in
Veronica,
that right receptive lane, everything becomes easy.
So I got to get Heka in on this too. Heka, do you agree that part of a woman's purpose is to be an alpha male's muse? Yikes.
Okay, see, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly with Veronica, and I agree with what you're saying. But I think we have people confused here. I mean, we're calling the man the alpha male, but at the same time, we're telling the woman that she has to lead them. And then a few minutes ago, we were telling the man that he has to lead the woman.
No. That's not what I said. Let me go back and clear that up. Not all men are alpha male. I said, is it part of the woman's purpose to be an alpha male's muse? We've already on multiple shows already said that we know that they're fucking beta males. I don't think a woman is supposed to be the muse of a beta male. I just don't think that.
Correct.
So
correct. That is correct.
No, I understand that. But just a few 5-10 minutes ago, we were talking about how women should be led by men. But at the same time,
alpha males.
5-10 minutes later, hold on. 5-10 minutes later, we're coming back talking about how a woman is supposed to inspire the male in order for him to get to the place that he needs to be.
Right.
I mean, really? How do we lead? And then
that's not confusing.
In that way, but then at the same time, you guys are telling us that we have to follow.
But no. That's not confusing, Heka. All of what we're talking about applies to the alpha male. Right? Yes. A woman.
So when do we get to a point where we no longer need to lead the alpha male with our inspiration in order for him to continue to be the alpha male that you're speaking of?
Let's keep it. Right. Hold on. when we say, we're not saying lead the male, we're saying inspire. We're saying inspire. We didn't say lead him. That's two different things. We're saying a woman's purpose, part of it, is to inspire him. Now, inspiring him is not, that's not leading him. That's causing him.
What does the inspiring do?
No, I'm telling you. That's causing him to either see or realize or even evolve. It's almost like, for instance, look, I use this analogy all the time with the battery. If you get your battery, you have a positive and negative side of the battery, right? And this is clear in nature. There's a positive and negative. When you look at the construction of the battery, the positive always has the protrusion. So we'll call that the penis. And that's always considered the side of the battery that, you would assume has all of the energy. But the energy comes from that used to be called negative side. But now the scientists refer to it as the neutral side. All of the power in the battery comes from the negative side. Well, that makes sense. Right. Mother, materialize, manifest. All of these words are the same little link, right? Women create shit, right? Oh, I lost it. Women create shit. So my thing is, when a man is allowed to be in his natural state, which is the director of all of that energy. Exactly. Look at this. The dude done pulled it up. God damn it. Text me this shit so I can tweet it to the world so they can see my analogy of the battery. The positive side directs all of the energy in the woman.
Got it.
It directs it. This is why we get that statement, behind every man, great man. Not just Willie Bobo, not behind Willie Bobo. I'm talking about behind every great man, there's typically a great woman. Who isn't necessarily leading him. Listen to this. Who isn't necessarily leading him. She is seeding him.
Inspiring him.
That is part of the woman's role. Is this not in alignment with what we're trying to say, Veronica?
It's absolutely right. And I mean, I think if women understood, and again, this is where the boy picker has to be whole and healthy, right? Because not every man deserves that level of inspiration. I have cast my pearls before swine. I have, and I learned the hard way that it is a total. Not only does it destroy him, but it destroys me. Right. So part of the art for women, I think, is discernment about who is sort of qualified, if you will, to receive that. But I think one of the things that women don't understand is that it is a woman's greatest gift and joy to be in surrender and to be in that sort of inspiration to a man. She will receive all the love, all the support, all the material things. She will receive that. Men just naturally respond to it. It's not even like you have to do anything.
It's not even a trying. It's just a being.
Yo.
There's a difference between. Listen, this is why you hear shit like, well, relationship is work. Well, first off, when you're doing what you love, it don't feel like work. Right? When you're doing what you enjoy, it don't feel like work. The reason why relationship is work is because people are disconnected from the spiritual process. And it becomes this job, right? Expectations to be met or reached. And you forget, like, what it requires to even get there and have meaning associated with it. See, you can plan out a successful marriage on a piece of paper. And you can reach every objective you write down. But if it's not imbued with love, and I mean the real love, with consciousness, with awareness, and I'm going to say something else, with flexibility, pliability, you know what's going to happen? You can get all of that shit and still be empty. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people don't get that. Whitney had a question.
I have a question for, I guess, the ladies and Zoe. We just said basically that behind every great man is a greater woman, inspiring and helping. We didn't say greater. I did. Anyway.
Cut her mic off.
Oh, you gotta go.
She gets 5 seconds.
What the?
Just cut her. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Come
And
back with some motherfucking sense.
And for my greater point right now, so we said that, right? Zoe said that himself. So if women are the ones who are inspiring the men, why is it bad, or being the muse for these men, why is it a bad idea for me to inspire my sister, Ashonti, who is down a little bit? Why can't I help my teammate who broke her ankle? Why can't I help her with some of this positive?
Ashanti not your teammate. If we together, Ashanti not your teammate, goddammit. I didn't know she was on the team. When did she get a 10-day contract?
Don't worry about
cut
it.
her motherfucking mic
All
off. She
I'm
can't just
saying
be
is,
adding niggas to the team.
But real life, like if I can be a positive influence or a muse to this man, why can't I use some of my sister's positive influence or inspiration to continue on doing what I'm doing? Why is it a bad thing? Why do I got to be a bitter bitch for getting some advice from?
That is a great question. That is a great question, and I want all of the sisters, Heka, everybody to answer this question. I'm going to answer it myself, and then I'm going to throw it to you guys. I think it's a great idea when the sister, and this is a faculty that must be developed in women. When the sister who needs the help is still clear enough to recognize the intention behind the help being given. Sometimes women will take that advice and not be connected to the intention behind why it's being brought to you. Because a lot of women, as we talked about earlier today, will intend to sabotage your shit when they see a crack. See, listen, limiting beliefs will fuck up a standing reality. And there's some women who can squeeze in and go, you shouldn't have been in here anyway. And might fuck off your potentiality to learn something just because, you remember, it's the natural proclivity to move away from shit that doesn't feel good. So the woman might see that and say, girl, you shouldn't be going through this. But really, you should, because there's a potentiality there for you to evolve by going through this process. Yes. That's what I'm going to say. Yes. And then I'm going to go to Heka. Heka?
Well, I first want to say that I totally disagree with the whole men leading women thing. I just feel as if that's just it's just a larger form of patriarchy. Or it's just another extension of patriarchy, modern day patriarchy. We don't need men to lead us. We can walk side by side and we can lead and inspire one another. You might not be able to lead me in some of the ways that I'm better equipped to lead you. Vice versa. I don't need a man to lead me, just like in everything as it pertains to my life, just like I feel like he shouldn't need me to lead him in everything. That's first and foremost. Secondly, I feel like as women, we really do need to be giving each other inspiration. Men, a lot of men, and those in a more immature state would like for us not to, because we give each other clues as to what it is that we should take and should not take. And if a woman comes to you in open honesty, good heart, saying, don't go there, don't allow him to treat you that way, then as a woman, I should be open enough to accept and receive that encouragement and those words.
But Heka,
I should be open.
I just said that. I just said those words right there. I said what
I'm
women.
not saying that you didn't.
I said women need to do is develop the ability to discern the intention of the helper. Yeah. And a lot of times, and this is why I'm saying we have to drill down on what the issue is. And a lot of times the issue is you can take bad belief advice from a person, right? A woman who may have negative intentions for you, but you'll take it because it feels good in your moment of need. That has to be addressed too.
Okay, let me say one more thing to that. I think the game is a little switched around, and most people don't even know the game that women play. Because if a woman wants your man, she's not stupid. She won't tell you to leave him. She'll play the reverse psychology game and tell you to stay.
Knowing it's going to end anyway.
While
Say more.
Talking to you.
Yes.
Yeah, this is because she's going to talk to you about her single life and how great her single life is, and hopes that you would want what she has and do the opposite of what she's telling you to do.
Give up more game. More game. Yes.
Yo, and then she was there for you the whole bad relationship. So now she knows everything your nigga don't want you to do.
Absolutely.
Nigga.
Absolutely.
Yikes. Ashanti,
This is
Red
why I don't
Panda.
have female friends.
Yes, say more
This is
for why
just-
you don't have female
It's just
friends.
too much. Let me just say this first, though, to answer Whitney's question. I definitely agree with Zoe. It's more so about discernment than situation, which is why I feel a single woman can easily give a woman in a relationship advice. I'm trying to think of what Zoe just asked me. I'm sorry. It's blank.
You and your evil memory. Jesus.
And I didn't want to bullshit it, so I thought I should just...
No bamboo leaves for you.
What is happening?
With the music, too, in the background.
What's happening?
Listen.
I thought it was eucalyptus.
Right.
No,
I think
they
the
eat
music.
bamboo. It is the little motherfuckers, the koala bears from Australia that eat eucalyptus.
Okay, well, what
we're
the
done.
You niggas want an Animal Planet? You want to go to Animal Planet, nigga?
What just happened?
No, it was the music, yo.
Oh, you just went into the trees, little red panda. Okay.
Oh, he asked me why I don't have female friends.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you this, too. Let's go even deeper. What do you think the success rate is from taking advice from women? Women to women. What do you think the success rate is? What do you think if we're judging it off of that blue shit they was selling in American Gangster, that uncut heroin, that true shit,
Blue magic.
that blue magic up in your shit, that shit. How true? What's the success rate? What is the percentage of the accuracy, potency of the information, the advice you get from your coven?
I think it's 50-50. One, because hopefully they're giving you their honest opinion and advice. And two, because nobody really knows what goes on behind those doors except for you and your man. So I would say the success rate is 50-50.
Whitney?
I'm going to have to go with what me and my coven, and honestly, about 80% of what my friends and I discuss and talk about is the realest shit I've ever, that's it. But there's only about 2 of them that I can go to and get that 80%. The rest of them, I probably get some of this 50% watered down bullshit.
Veronica, your number?
It's pretty good.
You know, I'm funny because I am I'm in the profession of counseling and coaching people, and so I'm surrounded with kind of thought leaders and wizards. I only go to people that are qualified to speak on the issue that I'm seeking advice around, and I mean qualified, like professionally, like best in the world at. That's how I've done it. I don't take advice. You know, I take advice from those who've done it, who've proven it, who have deep wisdom and experience around it. And I've made it a point in my life to cultivate those relationships and to be reciprocal in those relationships. In other words, I give back to them too. But I've learned the hard way to be extremely discerning and to consider advice very precious and to only go to those who are. I take advice from very few people on very few subjects.
Yep.
But it's always sort of the best in the world.
Good
That's how
stuff.
I roll.
Heka?
You know what, Zoe? I was disconnected. Can you please repeat the question really quick for me?
What was the question?
The question was the success
percentage.
rate.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the success rate? What do you think the success rate is regarding the information sisters give each other in these, girl talk sessions? Do you think this information is high quality, valuable information, the majority of it? What do you think the success rate of that information is?
I have to be honest, Zoe. I think when I divorced, I went through my divorce. I went through this major transformation for like 7 years, and I cannot, for the last, I don't know how long, recall even a conversation or being in a group of women that were having these conversations that you guys are talking about men. I just can't. I don't surround myself with that type of energy. I don't go to people in that way myself. I've reached a level of maturity where I just don't do it, and I don't get it. I don't receive it. I don't know. I just don't.
And that's her answer.
Sorry.
And that's Heka's answer. I'm going to say this. You know how they say, keep your in-laws, right? Like your mother, you know, your mother-in-law out of your relationship business when y'all get married or something like that.
Oh, yeah, because they never forget.
Right.
Right? I'm going to say, would the same rule kind of apply to the girl, you know, the girl talk sessions? Mm-hmm. Would the same rule apply to the coven?
Yes.
I think so.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because just like in-laws, friends aren't going to forget. And just like Whitney was talking about her story earlier, you may already be past it, but your homegirl is still obsessing over it.
Mm-hmm. Like like literally there's certain things that it's like your parents kind of a thing. Like there's certain things that you gonna tell your parents, but then there's certain things like you just got to keep to yourself and handle it as a team. You and your man are the team.
But then again, we have to preface that with this. And I'm just going to say this on a personal note. We have to preface that with this. If you're fucking in danger, if your life is in danger, go holla at your people.
Yeah.
Right? Go holla at your people. But if your life isn't in danger, and it's just conflict, because how many people take basic conflict back to their family, back to their mamas, back to their friends, and how much of that bullshit exacerbates the problem that probably would have been mitigated if it stayed within the confines of the relationship.
And that's, like,
okay.
100%.
That's
Can
the
I say
realest
something
though.
to that, Zoe?
Shit, you've been saying something and everything else. Now get it out.
Okay. Yeah. So this is what I want to say to that. I think even in my work that I do on a daily basis, I think it's very important for us to not even talk to some of the people that we consider the most wisest in some situations, because sometimes people will just give you information based off of their experiences. And a lot of times we don't need advice based off of experiences. We need advice according to how our souls have been wired and the experiences that our soul has chosen. Because just because I had the experience that of a bad relationship or a hard relationship and this thing happened in my relationship doesn't necessarily mean that somebody else is going to need the same advice that I would give based off my experience. Their experience may be to stay 20 more years in their relationship because that's the path they chose. So we have to connect spiritually with people and see what their path is, help them to understand their path and give them advice accordingly.
So listen,
in my opinion,
that's a great thought. I agree too. We've got the phone lines are on blast right now. Let's get these callers out the way. Hustle from Miami, line 6. You're in the building. Holla at me.
What up, family?
What's happening, Mike?
Hey.
So check this out, man. This reminds me of that old adage, teach a man to fish and he eats for a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It just seems like the blind is leading the blind out there.
Wow.
Like, let me ask you, Zoe, how many women have you met that are like Veronica?
Like who?
Veronica.
Oh, I was just telling Veronica that shit today. I was like, motherfucker.
Right? She reared in a monster.
Hell yeah. I was damn near in tears. Veronica, thank you for just putting that seed on a nigga.
You gotta ask yourself, why is that? It's because she interacts with people like Nick Tiama. You know what I'm saying? She knows people like you. Mm-hmm. You get what I mean? You see the circle?
Yeah.
So if you got a bunch of blind leading the blind, we got to get, the higher minds together to kind of trickle down into the regular masses, because right now, everybody's just running around trying to get there.
Wow. Man, Hustle from Miami brought Miami into the building, man. I appreciate it. You want to bring your city into the building? Get on the line right now, 844-55-1. That's the number to dial. Of course, we got the homie Red Warrior from Missouri. I knew the G was going to call in and lace us with some info. What up, Red?
What's going on, Zoe? What's up, ladies?
Hey.
All right, brother.
How you doing?
I think that a lot of times people forget that we need to get rid of this mentality of winning all the time. When it comes to relationships and being in love, there are no winners. There are no losers. There's only people learning.
Say more. Fuck that. Cut all of these mics off. All these motherfuckers in here with mics except for me. Cut that shit off. What the fuck did Red just say? Go deeper, brother.
A lot of times when it comes to the fellas, we go back to our boys and we say, we got a good girl. They give us advice on what to do when 9 times out of 10, they're in a horrible relationship. They've never been in, they've never experienced true love and what love is. Women go back to their friends and they nitpick at the bullshit that is actually the conflict that is needed to learn from that experience and develop a real relationship.
Yup. Say more. Nigga, you got the floor, goddammit.
So when you really get into a relationship with somebody, stop going into it with the idea and the bullshit belief that I have to win at this, and go into it, I'm going to learn from this.
Wow.
That's what it really is.
Yes, sir. I asked for somebody to take off from the free throw line with a blindfold on, and it was Red from Missouri, the show me state. Is that Kansas? No, it isn't. It's Missouri. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Hey, I appreciate it. And again,
all right, bro,
to build on what he's saying, clinicians will tell you the same thing, but they say it slightly different. Fuck being right. See, being right and winning is part of the relationship construct. Being right and winning. When you give up the desire to want to be right, I say fuck being right. Try being in alignment. See, you see the difference between the pursuit of rightness and being in alignment? Because guess what? Just like in family law. You know what's bigger in family law than just getting a lawyer now? It's getting a mediator. Why? Because lawyers are trained to win. So when she gets a lawyer and he gets a lawyer, you're guaranteed to have a loser coming out of this motherfucker. And they understood that. The court systems knew, like, oh, well, fuck. We need to bring some people in here that are going to try to create a win-win situation. And this is why mediation became big. Because mediation goes in with the intent to create a win-win situation. Most people are not seeking a win-win situation. A win-win is an alignment. I'm going to give you some of what you want. You give me some of what I want. And we're both satiated because we both get what we want. We have a win-loss mentality when we walk in. Nigga, this shit is, it's all fun and games until I get serious about your ass. Right? 844-55-1. That's the number to dial. We got more callers on the line. The phones are open too, though. If you want to get in and get your information in, holler at us right now. 844-55-1. Voice of Reason, Hot Button Radio. Crazy. We'll be back at 2.2 after this break.
What's good, guys? It's your girl, Miss Taber. We're back on Dash, the voice of reason. We're talking about, we're talking about turning up, apparently. Nah, we're talking about the woman's ego. Is getting advice from your single friends really the reason your bitch ass is single too? I need you to give us a call and let me know at 1-844-553-2741. That's it.
That's all you got?
I mean, that's all I'm doing. I'm sorry. Look, shit. That's it. That's it. Call in and let us know, ladies, how you feeling? Because those over here saying we're all a bunch of witchy witches.
Witchy poos.
Just witching around, switching and witching.
No. Let me make this clear. I don't think women are witches. I think women can be witches. And let me just say, I think women are more switches than witches.
That's good. That's good.
Right?
I agree.
Because a woman can love the fuck out of you, and that shit can switch.
Oh, easy.
Right? And I think it's predicated off of what you're giving her. Right? It could switch. It could switch in a polar opposite way to where a man could be sitting there like, who the fuck is this? This ain't even the same person. Right? So I'm just saying, I call them switches because you guys can switch. Women are very ephemeral.
I like it.
And I think part of that ephemerality is because of men's unawareness of their impact on the female and her emotional shit. A lot of times men are just fucking stepping in bear traps, just not knowing what the fuck is going on, just unaware. And then because we have this communicative gap, because men speak a different language than women speak. So after you step in the bear trap, it takes some real patience and self-observation to say, okay, how do I undo the bear trap I just stepped in? Like, how do I get this shit off my foot? right? It's a difficult process, and it requires patience. Who wants to talk?
Can I tell a story?
Yes.
Veronica does.
Okay, Veronica.
Can I tell a quick story?
Baby,
that
you know I can't
really
see you,
kind of
honey.
embodies.
You know I can't see you.
Sorry.
She's raising her hand and everything.
Like, Jesus, Veronica's going to have to start texting me.
I want to tell a quick story that is a little bit out there on the edge, but it embodies what we're talking about a little bit.
Hey, go there.
So, I
said go there.
Okay. So I one time I did a session with Chama, right, in person. I mostly work with him at a distance, but I was working with him in person with another woman. And one of the things that he hooked up between us, I'll just say, was almost like the equivalent of sort of like jumper cables. It's the only way I can describe it. There was these cords, and they hooked up to us, and he began to run energy between us, right? And, you know, we talked about sex toys the other night. This brother got some whole other stuff. But he began to run energy between us.
Did you guys film it?
And what happened is the woman that was there, the other woman, was not used to using her throat, not used to letting sound come out of her throat, because a woman is meant to let any sound, whether it's rage or joy or orgasms or anything, she's meant to let it come out of her throat. She began to experience a profound amount of self-hatred. And I could feel it because he was running a circuit between she and I. The only time, and she couldn't let it come out of her throat. So
this shit sound better than a Jamie Foxx party. I mean, go ahead, finish.
No, listen. So I would let it out of my throat. I was actually being a surrogate for her to process her rage and her self-hatred. And so every time I screamed, she felt better. And every time I stopped, the self-hatred would amplify. The reason that I tell that story, and it's a little bit out there, is because it really is a microcosm of exactly how this shit functions. In other words, if a woman is in massive self-hatred internally, and she's never given voice to that, she's never let that out of her mouth, she's never cried, screamed, processed that in a healthy environment, then she tends to carry that around with her like it's lead. And until she gets into an environment where she can fully express it, she will continue to be insane. That's how this works.
God damn. I mean, no pun. I need to be at one of these motherfucking Nichama sessions. I just walk in butt ass naked, nigga, with some sandals on, like
with some birthday
just in case niggas needed a backup dick. I'm here. I'm sorry.
Hilarious.
Forgive me. I wouldn't have no energy. It would just be dick. I'm sorry. We got a caller on the line. Sherman from South Carolina. You're in the building, man. Speak on it, brother.
What's going on, guys? What's up, Joe? What's up, Veronica? What's up, Whit? What's up, Heka?
Hey.
Hey.
I would say this. I think that enough of us, as we're not coming, man and woman, not coming into a relationship as whole, complete, directional, people. So we're coming into relationships fucked up, not knowing who we are, no direction. The woman operating masculine energy because, she's never seen a man in the house. Men don't know how to operate in the alpha men don't know how to take responsibility, know how to operate in truthfulness. So when we get together, it's like we don't have no sense of direction. But I think we have to take, conscious people, conscious men and women have to, take the opportunity to get with other conscious people. Therefore, when we get together, there are going to be some, there are going to be some moments where we're going to inspire each other. A quick story, I was watching a show called House of Cards, and the dude, President Kevin Spacey, having a down day. I mean, he's crying and everything. His wife gets home. He didn't say a word to him. She laid him down and she fucked him like never before. The next day, he got a pep in his step. He's walking around happy. I got this, and that shows you that when you have a down woman, a conscious woman, and you have a guy, an alpha male who already knows who he is, all he's going to need, he's not going to need too much inspiring, but he might have a moment here and there where you can, where you can impart in him. Sherman. Thank
you, brother. I hate to rush you, man, but we got to go, man. I appreciate that information, man.
I appreciate the call. I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. Heka, you got 30 seconds to summarize.
Well, I guess I wanted to ask a question, and I guess we could talk about this later. I don't understand what the problem is in being a witch. I don't get it. I consider myself a witch because I'm a very wise woman, I think, and I do have the ability to practice magic. So I don't think that there's a problem with that.
I fuck with Heka on that.
You better, because she's going to put a spell on your head.
So Heka,
do in the freezer in a minute.
She will.
Hey, I'm calling Heka anytime.
Heka, we got to do this. We got to do this quick though.
Okay, yeah. So just visit me at my website at www.hekaactivated.com, and I don't do rituals for real for people, but I'm just saying. Okay.
Now, Ashonti Ford.
You can catch me on YouTube, Girl on Fire Production, Twitter and Instagram at Ashonti Ford Live.
Look, I just want to sum up everything.
Oh, I was supposed to sum.
I'm summing it up. At the end of every little anything that I give advice to, I just say,
this shit better be quick.
I don't know, though. So then you never have to worry about fucking anybody's life up. If you just say, I don't know, though, you're good.
I don't know.
But I know you should check out MissTaber.com. I got some new stuff on there for y'all to peep. Instagram, Miss Taber, all that. See y'all Friday.
Veronica?
I'm getting ready to launch another business boot camp. We're going to go make money. You can email me at veronica@veronicaconway.com, blackmastery.com, and all social media is all things Veronica Conway.
And let me tell you something. Me and Veronica, we work on a lot of things together, as do myself and Heka. We did a show earlier today with the Foxhole, but me and Veronica got Dr. John Gray from Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus to not only read the Relationship Dismount, my new relationship book, but also give us a back cover quote for the book. Listen, we have a very limited supply of books. If you want to get your copy, you got to order it right now. You got to go to IamZoeWilliams.com and go to shop and click on and get that book. I'm telling you, I'm going to sell out so fast. It's going to be crazy. It's a limited amount. The Relationship Dismount, the breakup/makeup relationship book, how to stick the landing when leaving a negative relationship. It is crazy. It is bananas. Go there now. With that said, Voice of Reason is out. We'll see you Friday. Deuces.